Hey guys, Jonathan Washburn here with my son Jack. Say hi, Jack. Hey, I'm the Dean of Mortgages. Thank you so much for joining us for our quick session today on appraisals. Okay, now appraisals are some of the worst parts of our job, right? Nobody likes appraisals. Here's why. Jack, let's say you have a house and we need to appraise for $300,000, right? We want it to appraise for $300,000. Well, what happens? Appraisal is ordered. The appraiser goes out and Jack, what does he have that value come back at? We want $300,000, but instead it comes in at $200,000, right? It comes in at $200,000. Oh, $200,000. Okay, Jack, what are we going to do? Can we turn that 2 into a 3? Jack's going to do a magic trick here for you. He's going to try to turn that 2 into a 3. All right, so, all right, we got the 2, and just like that, we turned a $200,000 appraisal into a $300,000 appraisal. Great job, Jack. Thank you so much. Wouldn't it be great if appraisers were that easy to manipulate, easy to help? All right, we'll put Jack down. He's a little scared standing up here on the on the cartons. All right, here's the deal. Appraisals can be the worst part of our job, but they don't have to be with VA appraisals. Here's why. Did you know that VA appraisals, stop buddy, VA appraisals, unlike all other appraisals, you actually have 2 ways of contesting the value on them? This is completely true. Okay, first of all, a VA appraiser is not allowed to appraise your house for a value under the purchase price until he lets you know first. If the appraiser is going to put a lower value on the house than what is on the purchase price, he is required to let you know, you, the listing agent, or me, the lender, know ahead of time that he is going to appraise the value for less. He issues what's called Tidewater. This gives us 48 hours to give him additional information. Here's what happens. The appraiser is done with his appraisal, and he says, hey, I don't think your house is worth $300,000. I think it's worth $200,000. Can you give me some more comps so that I can justify that higher price? Isn't that cool? We're actually allowed to help the appraiser with additional information to hopefully increase that value before he gives us back a low value, which, as you know, can ruin a lot of different deals. But even if after we've given him some different comps to try to raise that value, even if he decides that the value is worth less than what it should be, did you know we still have another option with a VA loan? You know, with a conventional loan or with an FHA loan, if an appraisal comes back short, a lot of times you're sunk. You can always try to convince the appraiser, hey, you should have appraised it for higher, but you have to get that appraiser to admit that he did a bad job, that he gave it a wrong value, and you have to get him to admit and raise the price himself. However, hey Nick, thanks so much for joining us. However, if that happens on a VA loan, we get to do what's called a reconsideration of value, where basically the VA staff appraisal reviewer, the SAR, he actually has the ability to do a magic trick just like what Jack did. He is allowed, if you can give him a good reason, maybe we have some really good comps that we can show that the appraiser didn't consider the right values. Maybe we can say, hey, there's just not enough comps available, but we really think this value should be higher, and we can give a really good reason as to why. Did you know that the staff appraisal reviewer basically has a magic wand, just like Jack, where he can give magically up to 15% additional value on that appraisal? So if we have an appraisal that comes in $5,000 short, but we have a good reason as to why that value should actually be $5,000 more, with a VA loan, we can do that. We can contest it. Now, what am I saying? What am I not saying? I'm not saying that whenever you do a VA loan, the appraisal is always going to come back great. We know that with any loan product, any appraisal could ruin any deal. The coolest part about the VA loan, though, is that if it comes back short in a VA loan, you have 2 different ways of challenging it. 2 different ways of saving it without having to perhaps cost the seller a lot of money or the buyer a decent amount of money. All right, thank you so much for joining me. This is Jonathan Washburn, hashtag the Dean of Mortgages. Follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/c/the Dean of Mortgages. Follow me on Facebook. Give me a call, 843-425-6074. If you have any questions about VA loans or any other loans that you think could use a second set of eyes, I'd be happy to give them a look for you. Thank you so much for joining us today for this little school session. School is out.